And sorry guys, we had to cut the roundtable because Pitch Stream is on its way to be ready for the next game of London Quidditch Club versus Antwerp Quidditch Club. And yeah, sorry for the interruption of the roundtable, but you'll find it on the YouTube channel as soon as this tournament is over. And now I'm joined here by the lovely Bex McLaughlin. Bex, thank you very much for joining me.
Oh, thank you for having me once again on
Here
the
we
live
are
stream.
Again.
I'm really excited about this game. This is the big game of
think so
today.
too.
This
I
is the
think so.
biggest game. This is the game that people would be expecting to be a final, and it could go either way. You've got the champions of Belgium, Antwerp Quidditch Club, versus the British champions, London Quidditch Club. They're very imaginative with these names.
Yeah, creativity runs deep into these two clubs. Yeah, but as you said, these are teams and absolute powerhouses, filled to the brim with talent and creativity. I'm very anxious to see this game. But unfortunately, I won't be able to make it for the whole game. Sam Davis is going to replace me as soon as he's arriving. But besides that, I'm staying right next to you and doing my best job, Bex.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. We're just doing our chants now. You hear the imaginative London Quidditch Club chant I've already referred to because it is the most boring thing I've ever heard. 1, 2, 3, LQC. Do you could memorize that one?
I think I can manage Bex, but don't be too mean. I think they deserve better than just... Some chants are more elaborative, some are not. And let's give them their 1, 2, 3 LQC because it rhymes, and you can't argue with that.
It does rhyme. Oh no, they didn't even do that.
Ha!
They just said LQC.
There you have it, Bex. Not so clever now, are we?
Why did you come on the stream just to be mean to me? I don't even understand.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, both very minimalist kit designs as well. So, players to watch out for in this game. You've got Seppe de Wit, number 16 of Antwerp. Obviously, de Wit. Of course, he's from Belgium. And Louis Lemaitre. Oh, great. And number 33, just walking onto pitch now. In fact, all of them are really good. And then for London Quidditch Club, so many names to pick out.
Okay.
I would go for Tom Stevens, the captain. Probably in the best shape of anybody in European Quidditch. And I would go for Ruben Thompson as well. Bit biased, he's my Quidditch Premier League teammate, Ruben Thompson, number 50. But yeah, he's definitely probably the strongest defensive player in the British team.
Bex, I was listening to some people talking about EQC before, and they're telling me that although the chasing lineup of EQC is superb, the beating lineup, although being very good, can be beaten. And I think it showed before when the Rhino spawn showed them that they can excel in this area. Would you agree with that statement, or would you think I'm underselling them at this point?
I think that's fair. Jacopo Sartori is on right now, number 99 to start. Previously Team UK, still around Team UK, so incredibly strong, but yeah, not quite as good just because they have an elite chaser core, like some of the best in Europe. So Seb Waters has the quaffle. Fantastic keeper. I'm just going to say fantastic for all of them. Isn't that a bit boring? But yeah, amazing tactician. That's the word I want. Amazing tactician, number 10, Seb Waters. Playing it close, playing it
Smart.
easy, very smart. Passing the ball to Tom Stevens and just popping it in.
Yeah.
The head ref again is Nicolas Muller. He does not take any mischief.
No, he doesn't. He's a very no-nonsense referee. Very quick to whistle as soon as he sees anything with his sharp eyes that's against violations in any rulebook ever written.
This one time, I sneezed, and he took it as an offence to the ref. No, that's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke.
I wouldn't put it out of his way.
I wouldn't put it past him. So, Seppe de Wit, number 16, like I said, with the quaffle. Louis Lemaitre has his bludger, number 33.
Now going to make a short gap for his buddy, Sepp de Wit. Looking for the right-hand side.
My favourite thing about the Dodos, well, sorry, there's their old name, Dodos. Dodos Quidditch from back in the day before they became more professional and changed to Antwerp Quidditch Club. It's just how they started, a bunch of high school kids just playing this game.
Yeah.
And I first played them back in 2014. And they were good then, but at one point they were playing with 4 chasers. And we still beat them. So they've come a long way since then.
Yeah, they've gone a long way. You need to knock 2 goalposts down in order to prohibit Sepp de Wit from driving into the remaining one. And it was a bit unfortunate. LQC seemed quick to tip the second one over, and before that there was a little bit of too much contact from Louis Lemaitre on the LQC beater. I think the refs should gather themselves and make some decisions on how to continue this game now that Sepp de Wit is surrounded by 2, 4, 6. Yeah, 6 LQC players. Maybe that's even enough to bring him down.
Perhaps. Maybe. He's good.
He's good.
But he's not superhuman. Would you rather fight 4 tiny LQC players or 1 giant Sepp de Wit? What would you rather do?
Ooh, 5 horses sized like ducks? Or
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to go with. Like that.
Yeah.
But in this scenario, the LQC players are half the size they are, and then that one Seb's massive.
I gotta say, I'm going with the waist-high LQC players. Just because I think I'm like
I
more of a
dunno.
kicker, and Sepp de Wit is but yeah.
See, I wouldn't because Beck's low. So Chaser over there. What number is she? Number 13. She's got a black belt in karate and competes international
Couldn't
karate.
you tell me that before I made my decision to take 4 of her?
Oh no, Ben Malpass got carded number 20. So
Nice.
the Antwerp are in a power play right now. They've got 1 extra player right now, and Ben Malpass can go back into the game. So the score is currently 10 for LQC, 10 for Antwerp. And I am joined now by Sam,
Hello.
who looks a bit confused. Sam, you're with the Antwerp London Quidditch Club game.
All right, good. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
Antwerp versus. Oh, I've just come from. That's the one that I want. London just won that one, which was quite nice.
London. Which London won what?
London just. Oh, sorry. London just beat Turkey. I think.
Cool, don't be vague, Sam.
Yeah, well, they did it right. Well, I'm back now. I've just been thrust into commentating, taking over from Philip's side of things. To be honest, I was on my way to go sit down and have a drink, but suppose duty calls.
You're here now. Big boy Ruben Thompson has been put on for an injury sub. The crowd goes wild. They all love a bit of Ruben. He's one of the nicest guys in Quidditch.
So the game's only been running for 2 minutes now at the moment, I believe.
Yeah,
We
2
have a
minutes,
score
two
of-
2 goals. What do you want? 10-10.
10-10. That's not bad. Hopefully that'll keep up for the rest of the game, keep it nice and interesting. So London versus Antwerp. Some powerful beating plays there. Hitting the bludger off someone so hard that it goes right back to your own keeper line is a good power shot. Beautiful jump there, but not being able to get the ball out before being put into contact. Taken down by two Antwerp players.
It took 2 Antwerp players to take down 1 Ruben, but it took 4 London players to take down 1 Sepp de Wit. So
we
calculate that math.
One, is that Aaron, did you say?
To take down Ruben.
Sorry, 1 Ruben. Is it 2 Rubens for a Sepp?
1. Oh, carry the 2. I don't know. Either way, they're all very strong big
You're gonna have to
boys.
sit down and do the maths on this
Give
later.
me a piece of paper.
Okay, running it through, making a good shot, but intercepted there by Sepp de Wit, who is possibly more or less than Ruben in numerical value.
Seppa is slightly bigger, but Ruben is slightly taller.
Really?
It's interesting.
That
It's
is
interesting.
So we've got to take into account mass and volume on a Sepp de Wit, I suppose. Oh, that's a beautiful interception, and
And
he's running
Nathan
down the pitch,
Walker
number
is
69, being taken by Sepp, but managing to push through. Beautiful goal there, number 69.
Nathan, sorry.
Nathan.
Nathan,
Ooh.
if you want to do it in
Exotic.
a kind of French sort of accent there.
That brings the score to 20-10 in favour of Antwerp.
Because Antwerp have 2 teams in their tournament. Their B team also qualified for the European Quidditch Cup.
Well, how are their B team doing in the tournament at the moment? Have they managed to get into upper bracket yet?
That, I'm not sure. I've not left this commentating box. I'm not 100% sure what's going on with the rest of the tournament.
Oh, there was an attempted dunk there by Sepp de Wit, but not quite managing to get through it. I think he forgot that through the laws of physics, 2 things can't occupy the same space, so trying to thrust a ball through someone's chest isn't a good way of scoring.
It would rattle them, though. It would be slightly annoying.
You would be rattled by it, aye. To be fair, he's got a good arm on it as well, so he can re-rattle it. Oh, okay, so taking up a good compact defence there with Sepp behind the hoops, ready to intercept long passes, but not getting there quickly enough. That is a brilliant pass and score there from number 12, leaving the score at 30-10 in Antwerp's favour. That was a very nice play there, very quick. Didn't see it coming. Neither did London. It's nice to see that the London teams have a good spirit of fans chanting for him here.
That is really nice.
And the
British teams end up being fierce rivals at home, but you go internationally and everyone just supports everyone else. It is a really lovely thing.
That's another goal there, leaving the score at 30-20. And these side goals that they're sneaking in there are absolutely wonderful. How Antwerp are putting these in. Very much they're sneaking players up the pitch until they're in a draw position. So that's a yellow card there. Was that for contact, was it?
Yeah, illegal contact apparently by Ruben, but the goal is counted as good, so Ruben won't serve time in the box. It does mean the yellow could stack into a red if he does something else wrong.
Ooh, scary.
It would be scary for EQC. He is an amazing defensive player.
So with only, almost 6 minutes of game time, LQC is just in snitch range. There's still a good, 12 minutes before that matters, but you don't want to lose it too early on in the game.
Absolutely. Fun fact.
Ooh.
You like my fun fact?
Another fun fact.
So
I'm going to have to get these on calendars. I'll get a print-off calendar for it.
thought for the day. So Ruben Thompson lives in Falmouth at the very, very tip of Cornwall.
Ooh.
Plays for London Quidditch Club and commutes to training from Falmouth to London, which is about a 5-hour drive.
I don't know if that's impressive or insulting to Falmouth.
Maybe
Oh, yeah, we all
maybe a
hate
little
each
bit.
other.
Maybe a little bit.
Oh, there's some fierce beating there, and not entirely sure what happened there, but it ended up with the London beater flipping over the back of number 34 from Antwerp.
Oh, that satisfying thunk again as the ball, as you catch a good pass.
Do love a good thunk.
Nathan Wilput with the quaffle. Nathan Wilput. A lot of Antwerp were on the World Cup silver medaling team. World Cup just last summer in Florence, Italy. So they are no stranger to the biggest stage in the world for Quidditch. Yes, Ruben. Excellent.
Ooh, will that go in? No.
Oh, I wanted that to go in.
I think there's the collective will of everyone in the stadium wanting that to go in.
So
I
not
think
even in a
Antwerp
biased way. Not
wanted it
even
to
because
go
I
in.
love Ruben Thompson that much. Just because it would have been incredible.
It would have been nice. That would have made the Christmas real, I think. See people writing songs about it, telling it to their kids.
They spoke of the day. We shall speak of the day.
When Ruben kicked a ball through a hoop. It
My
was
other
cool.
Ruben
we got
fun
another
fact. You want a fun fact?
Yeah, let's get a fun
In
fact.
Falmouth, his job is building boats.
Ooh, he's a shipwright. Oh,
Oh,
again, this passing play to the
fantastic.
sides. Absolutely amazing from Antwerp. The score coming back up to 50-20 in favour of Antwerp.
Anybody could win this. That's the thing. I would not put beer bets on this one.
To be honest,
I would not.
I don't think the Raptors will win this one. I think it is probably between Antwerp and London.
You say that. Now, that is interesting that you bring up the Raptors because number 81, Pakeman, is actually not Caleb Pakeman.
What, is
whose
it Jay in
shirt-
disguise?
It is Jess O'Neill, who was
Is it?
converted from
Good
the
Lord.
Raptors.
I did not see
I am
Jess down there.
98% sure it is, or if not, a twin. Do you agree? Do you agree?
Yeah, that's got to be Jess O'Neill. Good Lord, they're doing a clap over here now.
LQC, LQC, LQC,
It's a little
LQC.
intimidating. Who brought a drum?
What I love is the fact that we are in Belgium. We are, a quaffle's throw from Antwerp. And yet, look at the crowd that the British have managed to bring with them.
Bribery works a treat.
Brexit won't stop them.
Well, not this year, maybe next year.
Yeah, let's not talk about next year.
Yeah.
And I love that. And that is one of the best things about UK Quidditch and Quidditch UK in general. It's like that camaraderie. Like I said, rivals all year. Play together for Team UK. Doesn't matter when we're abroad, so long as we're one thing.
We're the only ones who will like us.
Oh, let's not pull at that thread. Oh dear. So there's a stoppage of play. We're going to wait to see what Nicholas has stopped now. I'm not really sure. Could be anything. Ooh, he's looking at his cards. Looking at his cards. Ooh.
Just shuffling them for a bit of tension building.
And it's the ace of spades, everybody.
Is this your card? It's a red.
Ooh, whip out the handkerchiefs and a rabbit from the hat. Oh no!
Would a rabbit be illegal equipment?
There's like a yellow card. Is that Tim van de Hout?
They're currently checking the game time. At the moment, we've got about 8:25 as the game time. Oh, we've got it perfectly right. It is 8:25. I love technology. At this time, I just want to give a shout out to everyone who's doing all the technology things behind the scenes. They've got this amazing HQ set up in the stadium. They're doing an absolutely fantastic job keeping all the live streams going, keeping all the scores updating. If only I could remember any of their names. Literally any of them.
All amazing. I have a Antwerp fun fact.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, I'm going to respect the privacy of the couple in question,
Yeah,
but
right,
a couple of Antwerp A players, lovely couple, they had a baby a month ago, and they're both playing today. So it begs the question where the baby is. I assume taken care of somewhere and not just sitting on the sideline.
Lord.
So yeah, big congratulations to them. I don't know what the baby's called. I don't know whether it's called Bludger, Quaffle, Snitch. I don't know. But yeah, I just thought it was really nice. And play is about to resume. So.
No, don't talk over the ref.
And Tom utilised the opportunity with that power play, Antwerp being a beater down, to score, taking the score to 20 for London, 50 for Antwerp. 30 for London, 50 for Antwerp. There we go, still in swim. This is exciting. Belgian champions versus British champions. This match could easily be the final game, and yet we've still got another whole day tomorrow. Isn't this exciting?
Ooh. We'll keep the days going. I mean, to be fair, we could just go have a day out in Brussels after seeing this game.
That's the thing. If this is a one-day tournament and we end with this, I'd be like, yeah, cool, let's go see the man and compete, you know? Like, and the Atom. No problem.
And the Atom.
You know, the thing they've got, that like monument, there's like a big rubby thing in Brussels. Maybe you need to see it, then you'll know what I'm talking about.
So that was a beautiful attempted pass and throw for the hoops there, but unfortunately just being taken out off his feet, not making it into the goal. Jess O'Neill really pushing into the beaters on that attack there. Now taking a bludger, there's a loose bludger, there's no bludger defense. With Sepp trying to stop it, but not being able to bring number 16 down.
Ruben, number 50, is swapping on for Andre Covet, number 8. Catalan player. And, you know, Catalan. My homies from Catalonia. Catahomia, if you will.
Catahomia.
Yo.
Ooh. Bro.
No, because both of these teams are favourites to go in as meddling. So
it's a shame that this game is so early on, being on the first day. Because something like this, you would expect to see again between these two towards the end of the tournament, as we were saying earlier. We're just trying to figure out after this game what's going to be the next one, really, the next nice big one to look forward to.
You and me versus beers. So
here's another stoppage of play. It looks like there's going to be a reset to
Bexlow, number 13, now has the quaffle for London Quidditch Club. Bex, excellent name, if I do say so myself. And play has resumed. Pass to Seb.
Who runs straight into contact.
Straight in to Sepidil hit.
That was possibly...
Which is the human equivalent of running into a wall. Let's be honest now.
That might have been one of the worst positions to have received a catch. As your feet are merging into...
To be
the bloody
fair,
drop.
Seb very, very rarely makes any kind of error. Like, he's an expert at reading the game, deciding what to do. So I'll forgive him that one. That's okay. That's okay.
Very forgivable.
So it's still 60 to 40. 60 for Antwerp, 40 for London. So London, interestingly enough, but not interesting enough to be a fun fact.
Oh!
Amazing,
There's the alley-oop.
Andre. Amazing.
He got the dunk.
Amazing.
London have just scored, bringing the score to 60-50 in favour of Antwerp. And now London have bludger control.
So, not quite as fun as a fun fact, but more like historical. This is London Quidditch Club's first season. First season, British champions, right? Maybe shooting for a European medal. They are the creme de la creme, the cream of the crop of British Quidditch, forming one team because everybody who's really passionate about Quidditch moves to London, apparently. So...
Oh, they're doing well. It's Bexlow almost taking 16 down to the ground, receiving a beat on the back, but managing to pass off firstly. Oh, that should have been a goal, but she fumbled the catch. Number 24 perfectly positioned there to get a goal in from that pass. Unfortunately, just sometimes in the pressure and when it goes in, you just can't get your hands around that ball.
Yeah, it's hard to really understand from the stream how hard they're passing, how accurate it is. You can't land every single one, but the fact that they both teams catch, make, finish way more hoops and goals and passes than they drop. That's the difference. That's the difference in your OK teams and your elite teams.
The difference between OK and elite, the ability to catch.
Sometimes it is.
That, despite how sarcastic that sounded, it was not.
Oh.
Also, to be fair, being able to put the ball through the hoop is also a good.
It helps.
Yeah,
It helps.
it's the little things.
It's a lot of things.
So that's another goal there for Antwerp, bringing the score to 70-50 in favour of Antwerp.
I am very excited.
I'm very warm. It's quite a sunny day. The Antwerp beaters preferring to drop their bludgers back towards their hoops and try and catch the ball. Sometimes it does mean, just like now, that it does disrupt their beater lineup on the defence, allowing for breakaways and good shots.
Andre does it again.
Beautiful shot.
Oh, so fun
Score
fact.
is 60-70. We've got another Bex fact.
So this one's supplied by London, not something I've plucked out myself. Andre plays any position, and they nickname him within the team Spider-Man because he catches anything out of the air. He showed that with his alley-oop, that fantastic positioning there to pass to get that ball in.
That is true.
Actually, I will give LQC credit where they do. They give us these cheat sheets, and we've got some fun facts. Now, all of these are from London that they've supplied, not me.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Stevens, the captain, is in the top 20% of CrossFitters in the UK. So he's good at CrossFit.
Lord, that is
that
is very good. That is amazing. I must admit, I have no idea what you're actually doing CrossFit.
You lift things, and you run, and you throw things, and you generally be very fit.
So it's fitness.
Yes.
All right, fair enough. So he's a very fit person. Can I just take a very quick shout out to Timur, a Russian player, who really needs to get back to studying. He's doing his exams and whatnot, and he's too busy all the time to do anything.
Well, good luck to him. Good luck to him.
Back on the field now. The refs are coming back in. It looks like there might be a card situation here. Not 100% sure what the call's going to be.
Most of my fun facts have been my own, though, Sam.
I don't know if I can trust you now.
That's true. It's all true. I would never lie to you. I feel like you'd lie to me, but I would never lie to you.
No problem.
So, another ref, a gathering of refs. I don't know what you would call that. Like a murder of crows, a herd of elephants. A parliament of refs. I like that. That though implies it's democratic. So.
Blue card. Continue play after being beat. 27,
So that's no goal. A blue card on London. Score is currently 70-50.
So, blue card. So, will Antwerp be able to capitalise? They have bludger control against one beater. Their beater is Karina.
So just for anyone watching, if you don't know, you should probably read the rules, but a blue card is a card that's non-stackable. So like if you get 2 yellows, you get a red. With a blue card, you can get as many as you want. Therefore, smaller offences, like technical fouls, so not doing the right substitutions, things like that. Oh, again, almost did their amazing pop to the side shots, but
So
they're just getting buttery fingers now.
London are a player down and Antwerp didn't score on them. So if it takes...
To be fair, they do have Sep.
If it's two Antwerp to 1 Ruben, but 4 London to a Sepe, are London Quidditch Club's 5 better than Antwerp 6?
5. I don't know. No.
Whoa,
Big old
big
yeet there.
loopy.
Looks like it was going to go out of the pitch, but oh, he probably should have let it go out of the pitch. Oh, hang on. I think. Ooh, what's going to happen here? Okay, so that seems that both players were sent back to hoops. Believe that they both minor fouled by taking the ball outside of the game area. That's another goal there for Antwerp.
Lewis Boast is now back in the game.
That brings the score to, well, I think it's 80-60 or 70. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, so the score is currently 50-80 in favour of Antwerp. Number 57, they're doing a nice, very fast run.
And the snitch is going to come on pitch very soon.
Ooh.
Okay.
2 minutes
Who's going to win?
Who's going to win?
Who's going to win?
One of these 2 teams, I think.
Which one of these 2 teams?
Will win this game. You know, I think I'm going to have to give it to London on the snitch play. But if Antwerp are able to continue playing as they are at the moment, they might be able to pull them out of range.
And no one's taking down Tom Stevens.
No one is.
That was 3 Antwerp, and none of them were getting down Tom Stevens. So there's no algorithm for this. That's my conclusion. It's not about Cambridge Analytica. It's not about analyzing the data. It's nothing. I just can't work it out. So the difference, I think, a lot of these players from London, you've got your core of Warwick boys, your Melpass, Waters, and Stevens, who've been playing together their whole Quidditch careers. We're looking at, 4 years now or more. But then Antwerp have been playing for even longer together, and sometimes you can just see that. You know, you can sort of see the difference, the communication and the work together. I don't know.
I'm not sure if they're listening into. Sorry about the awkward silence for me there. Trying to figure out if you can hear the refs when they're talking, just the shouting bit, or when they're in the little refs meeting. Because if you can hear them when they're in the little refs meeting, I won't get the loader. I want the dirt from that meeting. Like figuring out what they're saying, you know, they're going like, oh, this player's really annoying. I'm going to card this one just for a laugh.
As I said before, you can hear Niklas's whistle in Luxembourg, but...
Ooh, the dust from that bludger hitting the floor. Oh! That was brilliant pass-along play there. One player went down, popped it out, straight through there.
I kind of want this game to flow a little bit more. There is a lot of stoppage with this game.
London, number 59.
And it's not been egregious. Like, no, it's been not even like massive tackles. I think there was more like bit of filth with the NTNUI game we saw earlier. NTNUI versus Werewolves of London. There was like some cheeky Quidditch going on there that was, you know, skirting the rules on both sides. Whereas this is like there's been a lot of technical fouls. Matt Bateman's on.
Well, that last foul there, I believe it was a yellow card for illegal contact. So, I mean, technically it's a technical foul.
Oh,
It's a
that's very
beautiful
true.
beat
That's a
on the
very good
back.
point.
There. The sound, I don't know if you're hearing the sound. Ooh, that did look like it was a neck tackle. But it's been knocked out. Oh, that was a good intercept there.
So number 57 for LQC is Matt Bateman from New Zealand, who is our vice president of Quidditch UK. He had a little run and now he's subbed back off for Jacopo Sartori, number 99.
I must admit, I'm just amazed at how high Sepp de Wit can actually jump. That lad, he almost hit the atmosphere, I think. The Seekers are about
Get him
to
down.
enter.
Get him down before gravity loses its hold. So,
Snitch is now on pitch.
Team UK's Seeker, Jonathan, I believe his first name is.
I'm
It
going to
is?
say all right.
Yeah?
Maybe.
That's not a fun fact. That's
It's not for fact.
It's just a
Might
fact.
just be a fact.
If it's correct.
I think every fun fact has to have a little bit of a lie in it. That's the rule.
Yeah, it is
So
Jonathan.
That's another goal there for Antwerp, which now we're looking at the scores being 100 to 50 in favour of Antwerp. London are now very much out of range, not even for overtime. So the chances are they're going to go very defensive on this snitch now.
See more of that bubbling that we talked
That
about.
lovely bubbling. Potentially, if they're able to draw the beaters away from the Antwerp's goals, they might be able to get in some hoops there and start scoring back. But as it stands, this is Antwerp's game to win. Seekers are now going on. 3, 2, 1. Seekers are released. There they go. Bit of jostling there. Friendly jostling. Little bits of banter.
It's just a game, lads. It's just a game. Yeah, so Purvis is going to obviously take on a defensive role. Like this game matters. This is important to them.
So again, on the snitch, they're very, very much just using their Seeker as a defensive wall, trying to get that quaffle, but just going off pitch there, a bit too far for them to do it. And in the beater game, Antwerp have total control of the bludgers as it stands. And now they have total control of the snitch. That was a bit overzealous with the whistle there.
It extended further than Luxembourg this time. You could hear it in Austria. I'm so tense.
Are they having a water break? Oh, no.
Ah, tea break, lads. Tea break. Whip out the oranges.
Go get the cakes. Okay, that was a stoppage for no reason. Now they're back in the game here.
Let me read the hieroglyphs. What was the prediction? Do we know what the stoppage was for?
I got no idea. Well, Antwerp really going for that snitch there, almost getting the hand on the tail, but just missing it. London really have to get back into the game now if they're going to try and pull it back in any shape or form. Sepp making a good interception there, powering it through. Only one beater in front of him and 2 chases, 3 chases. Little bit of a weak toss there. Beaters have now cleared out London from the hoops. Ooh, that is one power stance from the snitch there that he had.
This snitch has performed really well. We've watched him on this field like quite a lot today, and he's not making it easy. Which obviously is not his job to make it easy, but it's just nice to see.
It is what you want to see in a snitch.
Yeah, I used to snitch a lot, and it's that it's that moment where you've lasted at least enough time now that okay, if I get caught now, it's not embarrassing. That's what I always strive for, to not embarrass myself.
No, but not like Andrew Hull, who I believe lasted around 14 seconds as a snitch twice.
City of Culture, Andrew Hull.
City of Culture.
Yeah.
There's so
fantastic.
many jokes I can't make before 9.
Yeah, that was why I took a pause too. It's like, let's keep it PC. Yes,
and there's
Tom
another
Stevens
goal
got.
there for no good. It's been called no good. Beat before the goal.
I'm guessing so because Tim van der Hout was like, my dude, my beat. And so I think that's probably what happened there.
This Antwerp seeker, he's doing a lot of roly-polies.
If you make the snitch dizzy by rolling around him...
If you can confuse the snitch, you can win the snitch.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can catch a snitch.
That was a good lob there, but unfortunately, it's pretty much to no one.
So Lizzie Keegan, who just passed the ball to the keeper then. Fun fact.
Yeah, go on, fun fact.
She's playing for Team Scotland in the
Oh,
summer.
even funner fact, Antwerp just caught the snitch. Now,
That
I can't
is,
see anything on
interesting.
pitch that says that they shouldn't win from that. Currently with a lead of 100 to 50.
So 50 points.
50-point difference.
I thought it was going to be a closer game, if I'm honest.
I too. I must admit, my heart didn't start racing from tension in that game. I think. Feel hard done by.
I do a little bit. I was robbed. File a police report because I was robbed. Good game
Robbed
though.
of an emotional roller coaster. Both teams play very well. It's just one of those ones where sometimes the tactics and the way that you play just don't correspond with the opposing team in the way that you want it to go. Again, quite a slow scoring game for both teams. Just slogging it out, really. So they've just sent the players. I don't know if we can hear what they're saying over there or not.
Oh, Nicholas has a decision.
Here it comes. Ooh.
Is gender rule in question here? No, Bex is over there, Karina's there, Lizzie's there. Yeah. Gender's fine.
Or it'd have to be on Antwerp's side.
Oh yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah. Thanks for pointing that out. I just forgot who called the snitch.
I'm not entirely sure. Antwerp might be... No, they're not breaking gender. That
Catches
is
called
called
good.
good for Antwerp. Leaving the
Darn.
score 130 to 50. Putting Antwerp very firmly in upper bracket, I think. And London still in upper bracket? I feel like they're probably still in
Don't
upper
make me
bracket.
do more math, Sam. Please, I'm begging you.
I'm going to guess they're in upper bracket. Both teams
It would be
shaking
shocking
hands.
if it wasn't. But then NT and UI didn't. I don't think so.
No, but yeah, they didn't. Yeah,
It's been a day of upsets. Either way, fun game. Good commentating, Sam. Enjoyed
fun
it again.
game.
No
It
fun,
is.
no more fun facts for now.
No more fun facts. Well, one fact is I'm going to go to the toilet now. So that's what I'm
Enjoy.
going to leave that on. Well, see you in a bit.
Bye.
Is now got to keep going and.
We are back here from the studio, from the analyst's desk after this, well, exciting stonker of a game here. London Quidditch Club falling to Antwerp Quidditch Club, 50 to 130 star with me, Gio Farino and Peheise. That was an insane game, guys, right?
Yeah, brilliant. The Antwerp defense was just so rock solid. The tackles, the beating, everything was just on point, and it just clicked. And yeah.
I think, but it was also, the London defense was also pretty good. It's just really hard to defend against a team which is really good at passing and driving and troll passing, because what do you want to do? You can't stop everything.
Yeah, it's quite difficult. I noticed Tom Stevens and Ruben Thompson put in an absolute shift with the tackles, but even the two of the best UK tacklers can't hit everyone at all times. There's only two of them.
I think what was really impressive was one scene where Antwerp actually did a counter-attack, and I think Seppe was just running, and he was being beat, but before he passed to someone, no one knew someone was actually running beside him, and he passed to that person, and it was an easy goal.
And that's so important as a chaser. If you're driving through, having that support and being able to run at the beater, take the beat, but just passing it off, nice, easy goal.
There were so many moments of this game, at least if you, in my opinion, where you just think, okay, this Antwerp drive is over, but they just kept pushing it on. They just kept finding ways to avoid the pressure of LQC, or even just forgo it altogether, or just push through it. Like, have we potentially seen the champion here? What would you guys say?
That's an interesting point, and you've completely blindsided me there. I think Antwerp could go all the way. I think they're a definite final contender. I think they definitely should be a medal contender at least.
Yeah, well,
I think that I would say I'll give them a medal, definitely. But what colour? That's the real question.
Oh, Pei, what would you say?
I think we're going to see them in the final, because no team comes in my head that would actually be able to beat Antwerp right now.
The Titans?
Yeah, maybe, but I actually think Antwerp's better because they have a more diverse playing style, I think, because they just can do more different things and on a different level.
Let's also not forget, LQC was a legitimate title contender before we went into this tournament, and not to drag them or anything, but this game was never not in control of Antwerp.
No, I think they just had more answers. The communication and coordination between beaters and chasers for Antwerp was on point. One notable thing, Seb Walters, the keeper for LQC, didn't sub off. And eventually, no matter how good you are, no matter how fit you are, fatigue fits in.
Yeah, you're going to get tired, absolutely.
Even if it's only concentration, you will see it on the pitch.
You need that break just to come off. Even if you give it to someone to hold the ball, you can I go, here you go. You can hold the ball for 2 minutes. I'm going to go get some water, and I'll come back and I want it back.
Right, but what do you see London Quidditch Club, from all of our calculations as far as we know, going down into the lower bracket here? Especially funny considering London Unspeakables are going into the upper bracket, but that is a different topic altogether. But where do you see the way continuing for LQC? Just gonna go a frustrated rip through the lower bracket, or?
I think, yeah, as we said before, they're title contenders. They are an incredible strong team. I think that of their roster, they have 10 Team UK training squad players, which is an insane amount of players. And they do have natural chemistry. Players like Luke Trevette, Ben Malpass, and Seb Walters have all played together previously at Warwick Quidditch Club, so they've played together for at least 4 years.
They just have to keep the head in the game, and then just go from game to game and win the games. And I think they can do it. I'm pretty sure of it. They just can't lose themselves in the frustration.
So this is actually this was actually a rematch. Antwerp came to London and played a mini round robin tournament, and the result actually went the same way. Antwerp won their game, and then I think it took pretty much an all Team UK squad to stop them. So I genuinely think they could probably go all the way and take the gold.
Yeah, there's also like we were talking about Antwerp's resilience here into the pressure of London. Let's give some credit where credit's due, like one play by Backslow where she was under so much pressure from the Antwerp players. I don't think the goal stood. I don't think there was a goal scored at the end, but there's just so many, like, LQC is a victim of the draw here, but, well...
They've got a lot of positives to take away, and I think they need to take those positives, reassess how the game went, and then take the positives forward and forget the negatives.
All right, and we will be right back in a second with our post-game interview here with Louis Lamit and I think Seppe de Wit, if I'm not entirely mistaken, of Antwerp Quidditch Club. Will we have a cut or will we just continue on? Okay, then we will be back in a second. And we are here with the promised post-game interview with Louis Lamit and Seppe de Wit of Antwerp Quidditch Club after this massive win over London Quidditch Club, putting y'all firmly in the upper bracket and pushing London Quidditch Club down into the lower bracket from all of our calculations. We're still currently working on that. Yeah, it did not seem like you guys have left control of that game for a second. Was that the game plan from the start?
So we went into the game expecting a lot of tension of the opponent because they needed to win, of course, to get in the upper bracket. But we discussed it in front of the game, so we made sure to get the tension back for us as well. And that's how we entered in the game, and that's how we kept control from the start of the game.
Yeah, I think it's a scenario similar as last year, where Heroes of London needed to win as well to stay in the upper bracket. So we were expecting the kind of energy. I think we responded pretty well.
Yeah. What were the keys to the beater game here? Because that did seem like a pretty crucial part, especially with Snitch on pitch. And you are regarded as one of the finest beaters of the continent. Like, we all know it. What were your thoughts going into that, like, from the beater side of things?
I first wanted to feel out a little bit how they were playing, so I was resetting quite a bit to see what their tendencies were. I think I've kept on resetting because I don't think they really had an answer for that. I still feel like I should have made some beats that I missed. But I think we controlled most part of the game. We had a tough time when Stitch came on pitch. We had a hard time getting control, so they could press a little bit. We could have scored more goals in the end, but I think overall our beater game was quite solid.
You're basically straightforward onto the next round. We don't yet know who you will play. Are there any teams in upper bracket that you're dying to meet? Are there any teams in upper bracket that you said, we want to go through them?
It actually doesn't really matter what team we face. Yeah, of course, it would be nice to have a nice build-up to the final, but at the end, in the quarterfinals, in the semi-final, it doesn't matter. We just need to win every game.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really care about opponents.
No. We should
you
play.
just
our own
need to win every game, and then you win the tournament. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
The old German football saying: "When the Meister werden willst, musst du alle schlagen. If you want to be champion, you got to beat everyone." Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
exactly.
So,
this is sort of like, I mean, of course, Haalbeke there's closer cities to Belgium than Haalbeke to Antwerp. But is this like does this feel like sort of a home tournament for y'all? Because I mean, it is relatively close to Antwerp still.
Like, I feel the distance doesn't really matter. Like the fact that our families here, our friends are here, as the fans, as supporting us, that makes it feel as a home tournament. So yeah.
Yeah, it means a lot that family and friends are watching in the stands. So in a way, it's like a home game for us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're probably like there. Let's be real here. You're probably your goal here is to go for the gold. Last time it was in a pretty tense final.
Yeah.
Wasn't enough versus Titans. Like there's got to be a chip on your shoulder. You got it. The gold has to be the goal, right?
Yeah, but that's the only thing we are looking for here.
Yeah.
revenge for last year.
So basically, day one is irrelevant now. We just if you lose tomorrow the first game, you're out of the tournament. So we were well aware that we need to stay focused and keep on going tomorrow because it's win or lose tomorrow. So win or go home.
Today was nice, but yeah, if you lose the first game tomorrow, then you have nothing. So we're not done yet.
So, are there any shifts we are going to see? Like, the plan so far has worked pretty well. Are we going to see a different side of Antwerp tomorrow, like some tricks up your sleeve? Not asking you to, like, tell us those, but are you prepared to bring something that teams probably won't expect?
I think we're able to switch styles whenever we have to, but I don't think like in personnel there's not a big switch or big change. But I think we're ready for every style that the opponent gives us, hopefully. So yeah, you might, but it depends on the opponent.
You also have two players of the Belgian national team here, of course, as well, and Belgium winning the silver medal at the World Cup in Florence, so sort of vying for a spot of like as one of the absolute premier nations of Quidditch in Europe. We also have this little thing coming up, the European Cup, the European Games in Bamberg. What are Belgium's goals for this?
Same as here.
Same as here.
Just gold.
Yeah, exactly. We've never medaled at EG, so it's time to medal and like get gold. I don't really care about another
We got
medal.
a fourth place twice, so it's time to get the gold now.
So basically, gold or nothing. I get that urge from both Antwerp and Quidditch and Belgium in this place. Belgium has for a while had a reputation of being like the country that basically has the 4 functioning teams and then their A and B clubs and everything. I did get the feeling that there are steps towards diversifying that, having more than just Antwerp, Liège, Ghent, and Brussels. How is that going? How is getting a stronger foothold also into the more rural parts of Belgium? Is there progress being made?
Not a lot of progress, to be honest. It's mostly Antwerp has 2 teams, Brussels same, and Liège and Ghent we all have 2 teams. We need to look for different cities if we want to stay good for the next 5 to 10 years. So we're now looking, as both presidents of the Belgian Quidditch Federation, we're now looking to expand and look to like maybe Heidelberg can have a team in the near future, but we're definitely looking for it to expand because right now, as it is now, it's not really a healthy thing for the long term.
No, it's not enough at this moment.
Yeah, any cities that you are like maybe starting to have like open trainings or something organized by the NGB? It has worked for Austria. I don't know.
For example, this year we set the Belgian Cup open, so it's a one-day tournament for the Belgian Cup, and every team, not even an official team, but every group of friends could join this tournament as a way for the growth in Belgium. And it felt like a good decision of us, and it actually worked out fine.
We also want to look to expand in the Wallonia region, the French-speaking region, as we lack teams there. So we're looking to expand there. Yeah.
So basically, looking forward to like having teams in Namur or somewhere.
Yeah, Namur, Luxembourg, Mons. Plenty of opportunities there. So yeah.
Yeah. I am running out of questions fast. You're giving such precise answers. I'm
very sorry.
It's obvious the focus of Antwerp and Belgium being very clear, very straight, very focused. And I know you've already said you don't care who you play, but I mean there's got to be a little bit of a bigger chip against Titans, like the perennial standard final of the last couple of years being like Antwerp and Paris.
We know if we keep on winning, we will face them at some point in the tournament. So obviously it's a game we're expecting, and it's a game we're looking forward to. But I mean, if we don't meet them, then that's it. But yeah, we're definitely prepared for Titans. Because we know they're going to be there if we keep on winning.
And I mean, it's already also a game that both of the teams have played so much.
Yeah, so actually in our history, we have never won a competitive game against Titans so far. So it's actually on the bucket list to get this done. So let them come.
Yeah. I think that's it here from us. Thank you very much, Liam Mit, Sepedevit here from Antwerp Quidditch Club here. And thank you guys very much for agreeing to the interview. And I think it was an interesting conversation, hopefully for the viewers as well. And I'm giving back into the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you.